Hi everyone, welcome to this video lecture on Unit 5 Special Theory of Relativity. In this unit, the important topics are Introduction, Frame of Reference, Inertial Frame of Reference and Non-Inertial Frame of Reference, Galilean transformation equations, Michelson-Morley experiment and explanation of Newton result, postulates of the special theory of relativity, Lorentz transformation equations of space and time, length contraction and time dilation, addition of velocities and Einstein's mass energy equivalence relation, four vectors and their transformations and problems. Now, in this first part of the video lecture on special theory of relativity, I would like to explain the topics: what is relativity, frame of reference and types of frames of reference with examples. First one is, what is relativity? All things are relative. Without comparison, there is no meaning of big, small, position, rest, motion, etc. Length is relative, position is relative, size is relative, time is relative, motion is relative. These can be explained with examples. Length is relative. Suppose if we draw a line with a pencil or a pen on a paper, then the question is, can you shorten the line without rubbing it? Generally, the answer is no. But if we draw another longer line near the previous line, then we can say that the first line is shorter than the. That means, without comparison, we can't say which line is shorter, which line is bigger. Now, the second one is, position is relative. Imagine two persons standing on the opposite banks of a river facing each other. There is a house on one bank of the river. The first person says that the house is towards left, and the second person says that the house is towards right. The question is, which statement is correct? The answer is, both the statements are correct, because for the first person the house is towards left, and for the second person the house is towards right. That means the position is relative. Now, the next one is, size is relative. Suppose if a cricket ball is compared with an atom, it is extremely big, and if the cricket ball is compared with the earth, then it is extremely small. That means size is relative. Now, the next one is, time is relative. What is the time now? The answer is different in India and in America, Russia, Japan, Australia, etc. Because without referring the place, we can't say what is the time now. So, time is relative. Now, the next one is, motion is relative. Imagine that a train is moving with a velocity 60 km per hour in a direction. Suppose three observers observed the motion of the train. The first observer is on the earth, and the second observer is moving with a velocity 20 km per hour in the direction of the earth, the direction of the train. The third observer is moving with a velocity 30 km per hour in opposite direction of the train. Now, the first observer observed that the train is moving with velocity 60 km per hour. The second observer observed that the train is moving with a velocity 40 km per hour, and the third observer observed that the train is moving with 90 km per hour. That means the velocity of the train is different for different observers. That means motion is relative. The theory which deals with the relative motion and rest is called theory of relativity. The theory of relativity is divided into two parts: special theory and general theory. Special theory of relativity. The theory which deals with the objects and systems which are either moving at a constant speed with respect to one another or at rest. Special theory of relativity was proposed by Albert Einstein in 1905. This theory is the generalization of Newtonian mechanics which fails when applied to particles moving with velocity approaching to the velocity of light. Now, the next one is general theory of relativity. The theory which deals with the objects or systems which are speeding up or slowing down with respect to one another is called general theory of relativity. Now, the frame of reference. In order to consider the frame of reference, first we consider a ball is thrown upwards by a person in a train if the train is moving with a constant velocity. The motion of the ball is observed by the person in the train is up and down, that means a straight line. If the motion of the ball is observed by a person standing on the earth, the path of the ball is parabolic. That means the same event is described by the different observers in different situations is different. That means for the description of motion or position of a body or particle, we should have a well-defined coordinate system. The well-defined coordinate system is called frame of reference. Any system relative to which the motion of an object can be described is called a frame of reference. There are two types of frames of reference. They are inertial frame of reference and non-inertial frame of reference. First one is inertial frame of reference. A frame of reference is said to be inertial when bodies in this frame obey Newton's law of inertia, that means Newton's first law, and other laws of Newtonian mechanics. In this frame, a body not acted upon by an external force is at rest or moves with a constant velocity. Any reference frame moving with a uniform velocity relative to an inertial frame will also be an inertial frame. Inertial frames are also called as unaccelerated frame of reference. Examples of inertial frame of reference. Our earth is rotating about its axis, that means it has a spinning motion, but this is negligibly small. Therefore, we can record any coordinate system fixed on the earth to be an inertial frame of reference. Next one is non-inertial frame of reference. A frame of reference is said to be non-inertial frame when a body not acted upon by any external force is accelerated. In this frame, the Newton's laws are not valid. Non-inertial frames of reference are also called as accelerated frames of reference. Examples of non-inertial frames of reference. Any rotating frame of reference is regarded as non-inertial frame of reference. Now, I will explain the remaining topics, that is Galilean transformation equations and Michelson-Morley experiment in the next video lecture. Thank you.